Hello students, in the previous video we have learned how to derive equations of motion graphically. In this video we will learn the last topic of the chapter, uniform circular motion. We say that the object is accelerating when its velocity changes. The change in velocity of the object could be due to change in its magnitude or direction or both. Can you think of an example where the object does not change its magnitude of velocity but only its direction? This picture represents motion of an athlete along closed tracks of different shapes. Now let's assume that the athlete runs at uniform speed on the rectangular track as shown in the figure A, PQRS. From P to Q, he runs towards south. From Q to R, he runs towards east. From R to S, north, and from S to P, west. So, it is clear from the picture that he will have to change his direction 4 times to complete one round. Now, if the athlete is running along a hexagonal path as shown in the figure B, he will have to change its direction 6 times to complete one round. Similarly, if the athlete is running along an octagonal path shown in figure C, he will have to change its direction 8 times. As you can see, as the number of sides increases, the athlete has to take more and more turns. If we go on increasing the number of sides, you will notice that the shape of the track reduces to a circle and the length of each side decreases to a point. If the athlete moves with constant speed along the circular path, the only change we will notice in his velocity is due to change in his direction because the speed is constant here. As you can see in the picture, the direction of athlete is changing at every instant. If you go anti-clockwise, at the first point, his direction is west. At the next point, his direction is south. And at the third point, his direction is northeast. Also, if you have noticed, his velocity is along the tangent to the circle and the acceleration is along the radius of the circle. Now, this acceleration is what causes the athlete to move along the circular path. We know that tangent and acceleration are always perpendicular. So in this case, the velocity vector and acceleration vector are perpendicular to each other. Hence, the motion of an athlete moving along a circular path is therefore an example of accelerated motion. When an object moves in a circular path with uniform speed, its motion is called uniform circular motion. Now, we know that circumference of a circle of radius r is given by 2 pi r. If the athlete takes t seconds to complete one round on a circular path, the velocity is given by distance travelled per unit time. Here the distance travelled by the athlete is nothing but the circumference of the circle of radius r, which is 2 pi r, and time is t. Want to win the gold in the hammer throw? Let's understand the physics behind it first. Each time the athlete rotates around the circle, he is accelerating and his velocity increases subsequently, which increases the distance of the throw. Now I want you all to watch the video and answer me in which direction the hammer moves once it has been released. Read the activity and answer the question in your journal. Let's look at two more examples of uniform circular motion. The first one represents motion of the earth and the moon. The second one represents cyclist on a circular track moving at constant speed. In this chapter, we have learned to describe motion in terms of distance, displacement, uniform and non-uniform motion, speed and average speed, velocity and average velocity, acceleration, positive acceleration and negative acceleration, displacement time graphs to calculate velocity, velocity time graphs to calculate displacement and velocity, derivations of equations of motion using mathematical method, derivations of equations of motion using graphical method, numericals based on equations of motion, and uniform circular motion. Our next chapter is force and laws of motion.